fans. Whoa! And welcome to another great hour of World Organization Wrestling. Lots of things happening, ladies and gentlemen. Marvelous Marcel Pringle, the current TV champion.
I am tired of carrying this piece of garbage out to all these arenas. I am the TV champion, man. I deserve a new belt. I want to know where the new belt is. I'm tired of this. I ain't going through it no more. I want the new belt right now.
Well, Marvelous Marcel Pringle, I have a message for you.
Well, you lay it on me because I want to know why.
From the Board of Directors of World Organization Wrestling, you have a bill of $4,000.
Do what?
You have to pay for the new belt.
4,000? That's some of Rip Tyler. Rip Tyler, let me tell you something. You stoop to an all-time low. This is a conspiracy against me, man. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to that phone tonight just as soon as I leave here, and I'm going to call my cousin Percy, and I'm going to have him or one of his lawyers, or I might just get him to send out enough money to buy controlling interest in this crummy joint right here, WOW, and he'll control this. I'll get a new belt. I'll get anything I want.
Well, all I can tell you, you can have your new belt for $4,000. In the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Olympia. And his opponent tonight, the Terminator. Gino Sanazaro, get in here. The excitement is going on. What about Marcel Pringle? If he wants the new belt, he's got to pay $4,000 for it. And I think that the Board of Directors of World Organization Wrestling is just in that decision.
Chris, I'll tell you, the $4,000 that he's paying is not for the new belt. It's worth a lot more than that. The damage that he did to the old belt, cutting it up the way he did, that's why he's paying the $4,000.
Well, he says hell or high water, he's not paying it. I guess we'll see in the future. But Marcel Pringle is the television title holder. And if he wants that new belt, the reason we had to get one because he destroyed the other one, he has got to pay $4,000 to wear it.
Absolutely, and there's no way he's going to wear the new belt until it is paid. $4,000 has been paid on it.
And there's a lot of great wrestlers on the gun for Marcel Pringle, and one of them is in the ring right now, Mr. Olympia. Big body slam on the Terminator. Count of two. Mr. Olympia. An exciting main event wrestler anywhere he goes.
That's absolutely true. I think the wrestling fans sitting at home watching wrestling right now, it's probably going to be the greatest hour of wrestling they've ever watched with World Organization Wrestling. So stay right where you're at. The excitement hasn't even started yet.
And what about this crowd again this week? A sold-out arena here at the TV arena, turning people away again.
Well, again, I tell people that they do want to get into the TV production here. They do need to come early. We're sorry about having to turn away the numbers that we are, but they're going to have to get here earlier not to get turned away.
And we're drawing great crowds all across the United States. Mr. Olympia snapmare on the Terminator. Mr. Olympia has held so many titles, man, I'll tell you.
Well, I think a lot of the people know who Mr. Olympia is without the mask. He seems to feel like the mask gives him a little edge. He feels like if they can't see the pain on his face or expression on his face, that it's actually an asset to him to wear a mask. And his psychology behind it is great, if you ask me.
Exactly right. Flips the Terminator over. Down with the big fist, it looked like to me, but I'm not saying. Oh, look at this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at my podium now, the U.S. heavyweight champion, Bob Holly. What are you doing out here?
I got a few things I want to get straight with these people. They better understand that I'm the champion, and I'm going to stay the champion. Because this pretty belt, like I said before, and I'll say it as many times as I have to, it's going to stay right around this waist. And I'm making plenty enough money now, and when I decide it's time for me to retire, Jerry Stubbs, Mr. Olympia, there is no way he's going to get this belt from me.
What about that man in the ring? So far, you have not put up that title to Mr. Olympia.
Mr. Olympia is going around telling all his friends that he beat me. Well, he didn't beat me. He thinks he beat me. He didn't beat me. Let me ask you this, Chris. Who walked out of that ring? Both times I have faced Mr. Olympia. Who walked out of that ring? Who left Mr. Olympia laying in that ring?
Well, it's a sure thing you walked out, but I'd like to tell the people how you walked out.
No, that doesn't matter how I walked out. He had to have help out each night. I've wrestled that man. He's had to have help every night.
Well, Bob Holly, if you're so bad, why won't you put that title on the line? It's been 2 non-title matches.
For one thing, he's not good enough.
Oh, come on.
Face me, and he's definitely not pretty enough. That's why Olympia has to wear that mask, because there is no way. There is no way.
Oh, and a big win here. The man has submitted Mr. Olympia's grapevine lock, and the man has submitted. A big win here on television. Mr. Olympia over the Terminator. What did you want to say?
Let me explain something about that man right there. He has no guts whatsoever. None whatsoever. I got all the guts in the world, and that's what it takes to be a champion, and I plan on staying a champion for as long as I decide it's time.
Well, from what I hear, all he wants is a title shot.
Well, he's not going to get a title shot.
Wait a minute. Here he comes.
I got something I want to say, and you gonna listen, punk. Hey, I got a contract right here that I want your name on. I beat you twice in non-title matches.
You never beat me. Who walked out of that ring on their own 2 feet? Me. You never walked out, Olympia. Never. Not one time.
Listen to the fans. They say sign it.
Yeah, boy. You just a dirt ball. You is as low as they go, boy. And believe me, I know how low somebody can go. Now, if you got any guts, you'll sign your damn name on the dotted line, boy. You say you the champion and always will be.
More guts than you ever know. And I'll prove to you that I could sign this contract.
Wait a minute.
What are you doing out here?
You don't come out here and try to swerve my man into a contract. Let me tell you something right now. You ain't worthy to wipe his shoes. You say you beat him. You have never beat him. You have always laid in that ring hurt. He's walked out. Yeah, your name's on the list, but your name is about number 50 on the list. And I'm telling you right now, you are not getting a title match until we feel that you deserve it and that you're man enough and that you're ready enough. So don't come out here saying you beat my man, because you ain't beat nobody, Pally.
Let me tell you something. I've had every championship title there is to have around here, except for that one. And I will get it. If you got any guts, you get it right in there, boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this one is far from over. Wait a minute. Mr. Olympia is in the ring, calling for Holly to get in the ring right now. All Mr. Olympia wants is a shot at that U.S. heavyweight title. And so far, Holly says no way. Fargo says no way. Holly was almost close to sign. Wait a minute! He flicks Don Fargo over the top rope. Mr. Olympia has Don Fargo in the ring. He has the Mr. Olympia grapevine on him. There's Bob Holly. Oh, and he hits him from behind. Wait a minute. Holly's putting on that dreaded figure 4. Oh, come on. Come on, there's a figure 4. Gonna do some damage. Sure, here come the Coastal Connection. And out go Holly and Fargo. Let's hope there was no damage to that knee of Mr. Olympia. Whoa, we'll be right back after this word.
World Organization Wrestling is on the road. They'll be battling it out in Greenville, Mississippi, December 3rd at the Washington County Convention Center. November 28th in Daleville, Alabama at the Community Building. November 20th, the action is hot in Leland, Mississippi at the National Guard Armory. And November 19th in Greenwood, Mississippi at the LaFleur Civic Center. It continues November 14th in Valparaiso, Florida at the Addie R. Lewis Gym. And in Citronelle, Alabama at the National Guard Armory. Don't miss WOW action near you.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. And was that excitement, Gino, or was that excitement?
I'll tell you what, Olympia is fit to be tried. He wants him so bad he can taste it. He's made every challenge any way possible to the man. And I think Don Fargo, interfering the way he has been, I don't know about Don Fargo with Olympia. Olympia maybe just taking something and crowning that man just to get him out of the way.
And in the ring, Norvell Austin against Cary Booth. Norvell Austin, one of the greatest black wrestlers of all time.
With Austin, I don't know. You never know.
All I could say is I wouldn't want to be in Bob Holly's shoes for love nor money, because Mr. Olympia is going to have his day, I'm afraid. Beautiful takeover by Norvell Austin. Norvell Austin, the fans love it. They call him the dog, the dog.
Cary Booth is something to be reckoned with. He's come a long way in the last year or so. You never know what he's going to do next. He's a powerful individual. He knows his wrestling, and he knows his hopes.
He's had a few impressive wins as of late also. Norvell Austin with a headlock. Backs Norvell into the ropes, throws him across. Norvell up and over, grabs a headlock again. Norvell Austin.
Looks like Norvell Austin may be concentrating on that head a bit. I guarantee you, sitting here looking at him, he's gone after that head a couple times. He's going to stay with it until he breaks down Cary Booth.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't turn from today's program, because today you're going to see what, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest tag teams I have ever seen. The sensational Batten Twins are here today, and they're going to take this area by storm. They're identical twins, Bart and Brad, and I have seen them, and they are phenomenal.
Well, Chris, they've been here in the area for a while now. With the people around the WOW wrestling area, they know the Batten Twins. And, of course, they haven't been here on TV as yet, and today is their chance to see the Batten Twins in action. We're very glad to have them here with us today, so the people in our viewing area can get a look at the Batten Twins.
They walked in the arena this evening, and the girls went bananas. I tell you, great action coming up. You'll also see a great young rookie, Jim Riggins, is on the show today. Also, the big man from Texas, 7'2", Rex Rogers.
Rex Rogers is here, and he's in all his glory, 7 foot tall. He's a man to definitely be reckoned with here in the WOW.
Rex Rogers has captured the hearts of everybody here.
From the littlest person to the biggest, from the youngest to the oldest, Rex Rogers always got the time to sit down and talk to someone, sign an autograph, signing pictures, making personal appearances all over the WOW area. And I'm real proud of Rex for being outgoing as he is.
Cary Booth takes Norvell Austin over, working on that arm. Gino, do you really think Marcel Pringle's going to pay $4,000 for that belt?
Well, Chris, I'll tell you, the way we feel with the World Organization Wrestling, he's going to pay the $4,000 before he gets the new belt. With what he did with the old belt, cutting it up the way he did, he just doesn't have, Chris, what is the word I'm looking for? It's a belt.
He doesn't have the right to that new belt.
He definitely doesn't, not the way he treated the old belt.
Norvell Austin, whoa! Big elbow, backs him into the corner, and the fans are going crazy. A kick to the midsection, double punch, and another. Whips him across, reverse. Norvell into the corner. Booth off with a big clothesline. This Booth up on the second rope. Comes down, Norvell. Well, Norvell caught him, flipped him over. Got a pin out of it. There's a smart wrestler for you. Your winner here, Norvell Austin. We'll be right back after this word. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And that music can only mean one thing. That's the music of the Coastal Connection. In the ring now, the fabulous Fargos, Ken Timbs and Pat Rose. And ladies and gentlemen, this match today, whoever loses this match will be eliminated from the tag team competition. This is an official match of the World Organization Wrestling U.S. Heavyweight Tag Team Title Tournament and one team is going to be eliminated. If it's disqualification or whatever it is, one team is going to be eliminated.
Chris, this is a showdown on the tag team championship belt. It's elimination match, and both teams know the loser of this match is definitely out of the running for the competition for the World Organization Wrestling Tag Team title.
I would dare anyone to try to find a better match on television. Nicky Leathers, Sean Baxter, the Coastal Connection against the fabulous Fargos, with that idiot wild man Don Fargo in the corner with Ken Timbs and Pat Rose. Boy, this crowd loves the Coastal Connection. Week after week, they rally behind these guys.
Chris, they've already started. They're clapping and hollering Coastal Connection already. They feel like if they get enough razzmatazz out in the audience, that the Fargo team is definitely at a disadvantage. Of course, I know, and you know, and the fans know as well. When they get behind a team like that, like the Coastal Connection, it does give them that certain little edge.
And you were telling me earlier that we're getting fan mail from Birmingham, Alabama, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Greenville, Mississippi. That's exciting.
Chris, we've got mail coming from all over, and people are writing every day. We're getting from new areas that are watching WOW. And we're glad that you're watching WOW. Stay tuned with it. And when we do come to your town, come on out and say hi to everybody, get an autograph, enjoy it in person.
Sean Baxter is fired up. What beautiful drop kicks. Whoa. And Pat Rose and Ken Timbs are going to go outside the ring. And think about it for a minute. The fabulous Fargos.
Chris, I know the people aren't wanting to leave their seats right now. This is a tag team match. There will be a main event anywhere in the country. There's a lot at stake in this one match. Again, remember, the loser of this match is out of the competition for the World Organization Wrestling titles belts.
It's down to 4 teams. And after this match, it'll be down to 3 teams. And cities from all across America are bidding for that final match when the 2 teams show down to get them U.S. title belts.
Well, we've got other tag teams, partners in areas wanting to come in competition for this belt. A lot of them will be coming in competition for it, so we really can't say it's down to the 3, Chris. There will be others that will be coming in and getting buys to go against whoever is the high man on the totem pole for the tag team belts.
Well, I know the final match will be in the 3rd week in December.
Remember, these Batten boys just coming in, and they're a team to be reckoned with. The Batten Twins. I'll tell you what, you look at one of them, you turn and look at the other, it's like you're looking at a reflection in a mirror. They're so much a look-alike, it's unbelievable.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, well, I'll let the fans decide. Them Batten Twins are hot property. In the ring, Sean Baxter. In the ring, Nicky Leathers. See? That happens all the time. They look so much alike. You thought that was Sean too, didn't you?
I sure did.
That is incredible.
We had the same thing with the Batten Twins, though, Chris. And they're identical.
Well, the Twins won the World Series. The Twins maybe, you know, they'll be big winners here.
Are you betting on them?
I don't know. I like them Twins.
You can't take it away from these Fargos that are in the ring right now. Of course, today is going to tell the outcome of that.
I don't take nothing away from the Fargos. They have to be the meanest, nastiest, ruthless combination I've seen. But I don't know.
Don Fargo in that corner, years of experience and knowledge behind both them guys and telling them every move they make. And Don Fargo is no dummy.
Well, I'm sure it's Sean Baxter in the ring this time. Wow! And a foot to the spine of Sean Baxter by Pat Rose. And Baxter's hurting. Ken Timbs tags out to Pat Rose. Takes Baxter over. A boot to the head.
Chris, both these teams are going and trying just as hard as they can. They realize what's at stake in this one match here on television today.
And you great fans, oh, what a big, big suplex. Stuns Baxter. Baxter needs to get a tag if he can. Rose goes for the cover and picks him up by the hair. That might come back to haunt him.
It probably will.
Ladies and gentlemen, write this name down. Jim Riggins. He's a top candidate for Rookie of the Year, and he'll be in the next match here on TV.
A definite good competitor for any single titles that are out there. The man can wrestle. He knows that ring.
Ken, Timbs, and Pat Rose. They're great methodical tag team partners.
They definitely have their things together. One's thinking like the other all the time.
Veterans of the ring. The crowd saying no, they did not tag. Fargos tell them to mind their own business. I believe the fans any day over Don Fargo. Pat Rose, a chin lock. Now he's raking the eyes. A big thumb in the eyes of Sean Baxter. Picks him up by the hair. And back into the ropes, up and over. Oh, what a big power slam.
Beautiful power slam. And a pin.
Nope, count of two. Count of two. Sean Baxter, he's a tough young kid.
I'll tell you what, he's fighting back all the time. It's going to take an awful lot to get this boy down.
Many have tried. Many have tried. The big boot to Ken Timbs. The fans yelling for the tag. Sean the tag. And he's got it. He's got it. He tags out to Nicky Leathers. Leathers comes in. He's got him rocking and rolling. All four men in the ring now. Leathers with the knee to the midsection. Timbs threw Sean Baxter out. Sean hit his head on that railing. Sean Baxter hit his head on that railing. Gino, I think he's out.
I don't think he's going to get up from that one.
Oh, and a double clothesline by the fabulous Fargos on Nicky Leathers. Wait a minute, Don Fargo, what are you doing? Wait a minute. Oh, no! He took that chair. Wait a minute. He's taking that chair and just slung it on his arm, Gino.
I believe he's trying to break that man's arm.
My God, he's probably already broke it. That idiot. What's going on here? They don't need to cripple this guy. Wait a minute here. Oh, and a big knee down on that arm. Gino, it's got to be broke.
It's got to be broken. I can see the redness, and if I'm not mistaken, I see a bone coming through at his elbow.
Sean's trying to get back in the ring. Timbs kicks him out again. Oh, no, Nicky Leathers. Oh, that arm. They're trying to snap it up. Do something about this, somebody.
He's definitely the legal man in there. He is the legal man in the ring at this time. Sean Baxter on the outside trying to get back into the ring.
I don't care. He's been hit twice with that chair on that arm. There's no cause for this. No reason. Oh, come on. These fans love these Coastal Connection, but I don't know. That arm. Oh, that arm. Oh, Gino, it's got to be broke. How can he stay in the ring that long? How can he withstand that pain?
Nicky Leathers is not giving up. He's not giving up. They're trying to make him give, but he's not giving.
I don't know. Any man would have gave up a long time ago. Oh, that arm's gone. Oh, that arm is gone. Oh, give that kid a break. Someone needs to throw in a towel or something. Oh, the referee ring calls for the bell. Nicky Leathers gave up, and I don't blame him. My God, that arm is broke. It's got to be broke. Slam with a chair by Fargos. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was ridiculous. Fabulous Fargos will progress on into the elimination tournament. The Fabulous Fargos are your winners of the match. And doggone it, I think Nicky Leathers is out.
Chris, it's a bad loss for the Coastal Connection. Not only did they lose the match, but they lose a chance of going for the title.
Sean Baxter going back over to Nicky Leathers. What are they doing? Oh! They throw Sean Baxter over the top rope. Oh, come on now! What's going on here today? They're trying to break that up. Gino, what are they doing? Oh, no. It's broke already. That arm is broke.
There's blood coming from out of his arm right now. He's bleeding.
Oh, come on. Can't Tim, them Fargos are sick. God, they're sick individuals. They're just punishing Nicky Leathers. What's going on here? What's going on here? There's the Batten Twins! There's the Batten Twins! Look at the Batten Twins go to town! They're cleaning house! They're cleaning house! Wait a minute here! Wait a minute here! The Batten Twins! They clear the ring! We'll be right back after this word. Welcome back. We're trying to restore some order here in the TV arena. A man who needs no introduction, worldwide fame has graced this man, and one of the meanest managers in the business, if you ask me, Tojo Yamamoto.
That's right. My name is Tojo Yamamoto. I don't need no introduction. I come from the Gulas promotion, and I bring the strongest man. His name is Kamikaze Brown. I come over here for one reason. I want to challenge this boy, Jim Riggins. But this Jim Riggins is very afraid. He's decoying from us. He don't want to make a challenge. And I tell you what, this Jim Riggins, I tell you straight, he's just but the sissy boy, you understand? But I tell you what, this Jimmy, Greg Brown, he got a heart like a Japanese wrestler, you understand?
Well, I tell you what, that was Tojo Yamamoto with his man, Craig Brown, and they're looking for Jim Riggins. This match will be Jim Wolfe in the ring right now, and a man who's getting a great ovation, young Jim Riggins. I mentioned him earlier in the program. Now the fans are going to get a chance to see him. Jim Riggins out of Nashville, Tennessee.
I'll tell you what, Chris, this boy can wrestle. He knows his wrestling, and I think the people are fixing to see that.
They tell me he's drawing great crowds throughout Tennessee.
He definitely is. Tennessee people are writing to us, and they're talking to us about Jim Riggins. And Jim Riggins, it looks like he's going to go a long way in wrestling.
Well, I tell you what, I have great concern now that Tojo Yamamoto is in the area. What a dangerous Japanese man that is.
Well, he's another one like Don Fargo. He has all the knowledge of wrestling in his little finger that most wrestlers today don't even conceive.
Tojo Yamamoto says he wants a chance at this youngster who's in the ring in the orange trunks, young Jim Riggins. And you're right, Gino, he's got a great career ahead of him. Takes Jim Wolfe down to the mat, working the headlock.
Jim Wolfe got this match on a bye. He didn't care who he wrestled, and he's an up-and-coming wrestler, and he knows his wrestling. And I think if people watch him, they'll see that he has a little bit of wrestling knowledge also, Chris.
And he's also from the great state of Tennessee.
Two Tennessee boys in the ring against one another. He's got a hold on that headlock. Up.
Got the leg scissors on Jim Riggins. Lots more action to come today, ladies and gentlemen. The Batten Twins. And I am so thankful they were here tonight. Or Nicky Leathers, I don't know. He could have been crippled for life.
Well, he's in a bad way right now, Chris. His arm is definitely broken. He's got a bone protruding through at the elbow, and he's on his way to the hospital to see what we can do with it about getting it straightened out.
And a big match the people in the arena are buzzing about today right here on TV. Rex Rogers against marvelous Marcel Pringle.
That's right, a 7'2" Rex Rogers. He's a Texas boy, and he's not a small fella, 7'2". And Marcel Pringle is definitely going to have his hands full with Rex Rogers.
Also on the show today, Ron Starr, Mike the Hippie Boyette. Lots more coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, on the greatest action-packed hour on television, World Organization Wrestling.
You can see this Jim Wolfe. He'll get a man in a hold. Man will work himself out of it, and he'll go right back to that same hold. So he knows what he's doing in there.
I know I recently talked to the great legend promoter up in Tennessee, Nick Gulas, and he says he knows that this Riggins is going to go a long way. And a prediction from Nick Gulas, I'd say, goes a long way in this business.
Nick Gulas has been around for a long while, and when he sees a man and he says that man's going to be something, you can bet your bottom dollar.
Yeah, it's a monkey flip. Whoa! And Jim Wolfe's going to back up and think about it. This Jim Riggins is really impressive.
He looks like a Greek Adonis. He's really built well. He's got good balance, good leverage. His timing, coordination is fantastic. This young fella definitely is going to go places. I agree with Nick Gulas.
But did you see that giant that Tojo Yamamoto brought out here? Craig Brown? I haven't seen him wrestle. But he looks awesome.
He's a big feller.
I remember we seen him earlier in the day come to the arena, and you said it looked like a young Luke Graham. That's a great compliment.
Well, Luke Graham is one of the great all-time greats, and he does. He reminds me of that crazy Luke Graham.
Oh, big stomp by Jim Wolfe on Jim Riggins. Third man in the ring is Chuck Howell. Throws Riggins in, off with the big elbow. This Wolfe is impressive. He's staying on top of his man.
He definitely is. And getting back to Tojo Yamamoto, he's trying to get papers together for next week's TV wrestling right here to have his man wrestle someone here live on TV.
Well, I hope the fans get a chance to see this Tojo Yamamoto. He is something to see, most definitely. Up and over. Runs him into the ropes. Oh, beautiful back over. And the arch. 3. What a big win. A great win here for Jim Riggins. We'll be right back after this word. Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring now, the Batten Twins against Mike the Hippie Boyette and Ron Starr. And what a match.
I'll tell you what, the Batten Twins have got their hands full today. They're going against two veterans, crazy hippie Mike Boyette and Ron Starr.
And whichever team loses this will be eliminated from the World Organization Wrestling United States Heavyweight Tag Team Tournament.
Exactly right.
The California Hippie, Mike Boyette and Ron Starr against the sensational Batten Twins. And I'm not even going to try to guess which one's in there, Bart or Brad. They are identical.
I wouldn't venture to say which one is which myself, Chris. It's like looking in a mirror there, if you ask me.
It's incredible.
Mike Boyette told me before the start of this tag team match that this one match he is going to win with Ron Starr. He's got a lot of faith in Ron Starr being his partner and coming out on top in this match.
And these fans are taking right to the Batten Twins. They love them. Yes, they do. If I'm not mistaken, it's Brad in the ring right now with Mike, the California Hippie Boyette. Throws Brad across the ring. Misses with the clothesline. But Brad connects with a big clothesline. And Boyette is down, goes for the cover. Starr comes in with a kick to the head. Ron Starr in the ring now with Brad Batten. Ron Starr, what a vicious... throws his head into the turnbuckle. Whips him across. Brad reverses. Throws Starr and comes off. Whoa, beautiful. Flips him over. Brad Batten, along with his identical twin brother, Bart. The sensational Batten Twins. Ron Starr working on that arm. Twisted around again. Pulls Brad down by the hair. Brad tags out to Bart.
Or is it Bart the Brad?
No, it's Bart in there now. Ron backs Bart into the... Bart blocks both attempts. Working on that arm of Starr. Tags out to Brad. Whips Starr across the ring. Double elbow and Starr goes down. Brad goes for the cover. Beautiful arm drag. Working on that wrist. Starr up. Flips Batten over. Tags out to the California Hippie. And Brad takes him right over. Goes for the pin, count of 2. Now Brad working on that arm of the California Hippie, Mike Boyette. He flips Batten over. I think he used a handful of hair there, but he got him over. A big knee. Batten in the corner, a kick. Throws Boyette's head into the turnbuckle. California hippie out with an elbow. Backs Batten into the ropes, throws him across. Big knee to the midsection. Starr. Flips him over, down with the big elbow. Picks him up by the hair. What's he going to do? Tags out to Starr. Punch to the midsection. The side of the jaw. Backs him into the corner. And Brad reverses. Tags out to Bart. Working over Starr in that corner. Goes to throw him across. Starr comes off with a big clothesline. Vicious maneuver. Oh, a knee to the forehead. And another. Starr's got to be one of the most meanest wrestlers I've seen in years. Bart throws him across. Oh, the hippie with the knee to the spine.
That's experience coming out right there. There's experience between that hippie Boyette and Starr. What a maneuver.
Goes for the cover. Just the count of one. You're not going to beat them Batten Twins that way. They are just fabulous wrestlers. And the big double kick off the rope. And Starr goes down. The fans are going wild. And he gets the tag. And here comes Brad over the top rope. Oh, and the hippie goes down. Wait a minute. Now all four men in the ring. Hell's a popping here. Wait a minute. There's action in each corner. Going to whip him across. They reverse. And the Battens go down.
Batten's definitely at a disadvantage right now.
What a maneuver! A drop kick off the top rope and the count of three. I have never seen that drop kick off the top rope like that. Your winners right here, the sensational Batten Twins. We'll be right back after this word.
County Convention
organization wrestling known as WOW. In the studio I have with me one of the top wrestlers in the country. It's ranked as one of the top 15 wrestlers in all the wrestling magazines, Jim Riggins. And Jim, you're coming to the area to wrestle in any city or town that promoter Nick Gulas puts you in under World Organization Wrestling. I know you're looking forward to going against anybody in that squared circle.
Well, George, I'm very happy to be with the WOW and Nick Gulas promotion. Nick Gulas has made many great wrestling superstars. Bobby Eaton of the Midnight Express is just to name one great one. But I'm very happy to be with the WOW with the great competition that they have. I've been in the gym training real hard, and I hope maybe that I can live up to a lot of people's expectation in the WOW.
Well, being one of the top wrestlers in the country, Jim, you know you're going to be a target of many opponents. You got to be ready every night, no matter who you go against.
That's true. The WOW just can't say enough about the great competition that promoter Nick Gulas is bringing into this area, and I'm just all excited to be here.
Well, Jim, I wish you the best of luck, and the fans will be seeing you come soon in their city or town under World Organization Wrestling. So if you'd step out and call in now, promoter Nick Gulas, who's been promoting for over 46 years in and around this area, and also Tiny, known as Mike Collin. First, promoter Nick Gulas, I'll talk to you in the coming weeks, coming months, in the new year of '88. A lot of talent will be coming to this area in your city or town, all over Kentucky, Alabama, Tennessee, under WOW.
That's right, George. We got a lot of good talent lined up. We've got the Fargo brothers. The original man who did destroy it was Don Fargo. We got him and the two other Fargo brothers. They'll be coming here very soon. We got Pat Tanaka signed up. We got Paul Diamond and many other outstanding stars. We're going to bring the greatest wrestlers in the world right here in Nashville and all the surrounding country.
And speaking of the town coordinator and also the public relations representative who brings in all the towns and all the town all over this area. And you've gone to many towns, Tiny, and been a town coordinator, also talent coordinator. It keeps you busy, especially going from the state of Florida to the state of Washington and trying to find talent such as Pat Tanaka, the Fargos, Big Bub, and many more. And I know that's not going to stop there.
Oh, no, sir, George. We're going to go a lot further, and we're going to get the best we can.
And speaking about being a town coordinator, you've gone all over Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, lined up cities and towns for the coming year. It's going to be very busy.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it very much.
And if you want to have a wrestling match in your city or town, you can call promoter Nick Gulas or write him. Nick Gulas, 5036 Franklin Road, Nashville, Tennessee, 37220, or call 833-4968. He'll be glad to send you all the information you need in having these wrestlers plus many more under World Organization Wrestling. We'll see you next time for the best of pro wrestling.
Marvelous Marcel Pringle, and he's going to have his hands full today. From Amarillo, Texas, steps over them ropes like it's just a little 2-foot fence. 7'2", phenomenon, Rex Rogers. This man is going to be a legend.
Rex Rogers is a little bit upset that Marcel Pringle won't give him a title shot. This is a non-title match, but I guarantee you, Rex Rogers is wanting a win over him so he can get a title shot.
Rex Rogers knows he has a lot to prove, and he intends to do it in this match. Marvelous Marcel Pringle. He's the TV champion. Rex Rogers working on that arm. Referee asked if he pulled hair. Pringle said hair. I didn't see no hair pulling. Rogers backs Pringle into the ropes. Pringle up and over. Nice hip toss by Rex Rogers. Beautiful arm drag. Rex Rogers, in the 4 weeks he's been here, has taken the area by storm.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a man 7'2", weighing over 200 pounds with the agility that this man has got. He's got balance, he's got leverage, he's got coordination, he's got great timing. And Marcel Pringle had better watch his step in there.
Gino, he weighs over 300 pounds.
I stand corrected.
Rex Rogers.
It still doesn't take away the man can move in that ring. He's got the agility of a man 5'10", walking on hot coals. He just maneuvers himself around the ring that well.
Phenomenal. And I want to say hello to my very good friend, Chris Sanders in Opp, Alabama. I know he's watching. And Chris, we'll see you real soon. Marvelous Marcel Pringle against Rex Rogers. He is just an awesome individual. Down with that big leg. Them legs are twinkling. I'd also like to say hello to a great fan, Froni Merritt. I know you know her. She's a great fan of World Organization Wrestling, and I know she's watching today.
Well, while you're saying thank yous, I'd like to say to the McHoustons in Cleveland, Tennessee, we're glad to hear from you. Watch for World Organization Wrestling coming in that area real soon.
Great fans all over the country love World Organization Wrestling.
Chris, I'm hearing from people I haven't heard from in years. In Arkansas, mail coming from Arkansas. We love it. Keep it coming.
I hear you're getting offers from all over to play softball.
Offers?
Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that big MDA benefit in Mobile, Gino Sanazaro sliding into first base, you missed the highlight of the winner, I'll tell you. Marvelous Marcel Pringle. Rex Rogers in the corner, coming off. Goes for the arm drag, but Pringle slips out of it somehow and goes to the cover. Marcel Pringle trying to stay on top of him, but it's hard to stay on top of someone 7'2".
You're definitely right. As far as you're saying hello to the people with MDA in Mobile, Alabama, we want everyone out there with organizations to know we're behind you. If you're wanting to raise funds for whatever your cause may be, drop us a line, let us know, and we'll be glad to get with you and do something to see if we can't raise the money that you need with wrestling.
And what did I tell you, wrestling fans? Weren't them Batten Twins something? Sensational is not a good enough word to describe them Batten Twins. They are phenomenal. Rex Rogers working on that arm of marvelous Marcel Pringle. Third man in the ring, Carl Roach, staying on top of the action.
I'll tell you what, I think Marcel Pringle might have underestimated this big man just a little bit. Rex Rogers has definitely got the upper hand at this present time.
And absolutely one of the top candidates for 1987 Rookie of the Year. Gino, I don't know, that idiot Don Fargo comes out here. We might as well tell the people Nicky Leathers does have a broken arm. But what is it with these idiots? They're going to all extents, and I know them are prestigious titles and tag title belts. But to go to this length.
Chris, whenever there's something at stake as big as the WOW, World Organization Wrestling Tag Team belts, you don't know what to expect out of any wrestler. Any wrestler is going to do it. The prestige that goes along with it, along with the money, they all want it.
Well, I know. I heard the fans buzzing. I can't wait till them Batten Twins get in the ring with them Fargos. And you know what? I can't either.
That's definitely going to be a match to end all matches, I'll guarantee you.
Well, I want a front row seat for that one. Pringle comes out of the ring. He tried to do a smash on Rex Rogers, and he went flying through them ropes.
Well, it's like running into a brick wall.
Marvelous Marcel Pringle.
He's got his leg hooked in that rope. He's going to have to get it loose.
Well, wait a minute here. Well, come on. He throws the referee down. Rex Rogers, there's no way he himself can get loose from that rope. Wait a minute. Referee signals for the bell. It's a disqualification. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Pringle down with an elbow. Wait a minute. Rex Rogers has his leg caught. There's no way he can get out of there. That maniac Marcel Pringle working the big man over. The bell's ringing. Rex Rogers has won the match by disqualification. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's Norvell Austin. Norvell Austin has hit the ring. And it's tooth and nail with Austin and Pringle. Wait a minute. Norvell Austin's been wanting a TV title shot, and Pringle's been avoiding him. Wait a minute. Norvell Austin tried to